Hello everyone, my name is Erica and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a flip through of my 2023 Commonplace journal. A few things before we get started. I started commonplacing this year. It was my first year ever commonplacing, and so the flip through will probably be kind of short. I started in September, so that's September, October, November, December. That's only 4 months, not even half a year, of commonplace content. And second disclaimer, I'm getting over a sickness, so I will try and cut out as much coughing or sneezing as possible, but if my voice sounds a little funny or if it kind of shifts during the video, that's why I've got some stuff in my sinuses that is bothersome. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. I might skip a few pages here and there just because I find them boring, and I will tell you that's why I'm skipping them. But so to get started, I use the Staples TruRed kind of generic brand grid journal. Very plain, yeah. So this is my first spread, just that I knew it was going to be bad, so I just kind of wrote a little piece about why I started commonplacing. And this was my first ever commonplace page. It was about these rings and a sustainability minimalist fashion article. I didn't really know what I was going to commonplace about when I started commonplacing. But I did anyway. So I don't have like a tagging system or anything like that for that reason. Some pages like this one are a little unfinished because, I don't know, I'm sure you guys get the feeling of like when you don't really like a page, so you kind of just stop and you're like, whatever, I will start a new one and go from there. So I'm kind of lingering on the pages that I like or that I know did well on Tumblr. This is my sister's favorite page of mine, which I find very interesting. I never posted this one anywhere because I just thought it was kind of plain. But this is my middle sister's favorite page that I've done this year. And there's this one, a little more chaotic, but a little bit, has a few more personal pieces. And this was just a bunch of like random quotes, kind of testing out if I liked handwriting versus print. I prefer print, but also in like this kind of layout where there's some images as well, I like this better. And I'm okay with writing these. This is when I watched Midsummer. This is literally about what wine pairs well with soy sauce, which I think is definitely one of the more interesting or random things that I've commonplaced about this year. Yeah, I like wine and I really like Asian food, and yeah, the answer seems to be Riesling, by the way. I love these. I love these two. This is a letter opener and this is a brooch, but they were absolutely gorgeous. And then this is so cute. Another page that did well on the Tumblr seems to really like the classic art. the academia girlies, I think, really like reblocking that stuff. This is about sapphires. I do tend to commonplace a lot about jewelry, crystals, and environmentalism or sustainability, that sort of thing. This is about kindness versus safe spaces to be mean. Low risk, safe spaces to be mean, and my review of Daisy Jones and the Six, which is a very good show. A little slow to start, but a very good show. It's on Amazon. Again, this is me realizing that printer ink is expensive. So sometimes you gotta make do. Yeah, this is when I was out of printer ink, so I just kept. Yeah, and it was around Halloween because Ghost Cow, very cute. This was a longer article that I found in a printed magazine, so I couldn't very well like print it out and copy and paste, so I did have to write it by hand, and that ended up being all right. And then I commonplaced about jewelry next to it because usually there is no like printed art. Rarely, sometimes there is, for specific jewelry pieces. These are by Dior, part of the Couture Gardens collection. You know, there's not any like real pieces to commonplace about that, so most of it is just like personal reflection and like why I like it and stuff like that. Again, as you can tell, we were out of printer ink for a little bit and either procrastinating getting it or and we're back, yay. I definitely prefer typing stuff out and printing it, just because my handwriting's kind of bad and it's not terrible. Like, only when I'm really tired or writing in like dim light do I have issues going back and rereading it. But I do prefer printing just because for like the article parts, like the reflections I don't mind. I don't necessarily need to reference those. But if I'm going back and referencing something, I want it to be neat. This is about Kim K. I am not ashamed that I commonplaced about Kim K, but I also am, because this is about her, the bra that, you know, mocked climate change, and so I just had to commonplace about it. Yeah, and I find that that's part of the reason I really love commonplacing and have another unfinished page. But that's why I love commonplacing and have really enjoyed it, is because it's really, like, it makes me feel more engaged in my hobbies and like I'm really interacting with them and really getting full fulfillment of them. Sometimes when you just watch a video or like read an article and like that's it, you know, and then it just like it definitely feels like you've learned something or you've participated in something when you print it out and you write it down and you talk about what you liked about it. And as a writer, a lot of the times I'm also commenting on the writing of the article or what I think they left out, was it well researched, that sort of thing. Yeah, it just makes me feel like I've engaged with my hobbies a lot more, essentially. This is a pair of earrings I think I want to save up for. This is, oh my gosh, I cut this article out of order, and so thus I taped it out of order, and then when I realized my mistake, everything was already cut, so I had to make do, and then I was so mad at it that I just didn't really decorate. This is more Kim K. Somehow she got me twice, but this is more so about the Swarovski collection that they did, and this necklace in particular, which has literally been haunting me, and I kid you not, ever since doing this Commonplace page, Swarovski is haunting me, okay? Like, whoever's on their marketing and PR team is, like, doing real well, because they are just in everything. Like, Taylor Swift wore this necklace in one of her music videos, and then Olivia Rodrigo wore, like, the red version to, I think, the VMAs, and then I was literally watching a movie the other day. I was watching Saltburn, and there's like a dinner scene, or like half the time I was looking at the earrings and I was like, oh my god, all of these are Swarovski, which makes them pretty affordable for like movies because they're not real gemstones, they're just glass. So they're like affordable enough to be on movies but still like non-name brand. So like I just feel like I can recognize Swarovski so much better than I used to for like no reason. Yeah, this is another where I was trying to fit 2 articles on like a page and didn't want to extend it past that. So some pages are wonky, some pages are weird. Not all pages are hits, and that's okay. I either just recently uploaded or am going to upload the making of the next 2 to 3 pages soon. So if you want to see how I made them and chat with me and hang out with me, that will be that. And this is like the first time I ever added like a physical thing. I probably could have taped it, but it's like, my boss got me chocolate for Christmas, like a chocolate cake. So I put the little card in. But yeah, we've experimented with like dark ink versus light ink. Not really much experimentation with the layouts. And again, another unfinished page. I've learned to really not force myself to do a page if I think it's not going to turn out the way I like. But yeah, so far I haven't really experimented with layout or exactly even how I print things out. I'm pretty satisfied with that. You can probably see a theme. And then even the handwriting pages, like the columns are the same. But so mostly the things that I've experimented with are how I like filling pages. Because like when they have like a lot of wobbly negative space like that, I feel weird. This is a poem though, so like it kind of has to be copied that way. But I very much like when everything is like justified and filled. And then we've experimented with different ink colors. And yeah, no tagging system yet. I haven't needed it. But yeah, Tumblr's favorite pages are this one and not that one. This one. So those are my two most popular Pinterest pages. I think my favorite page, I really do like this one. Happened to flip to it. I also really like this one. But I think my favorite page, if I had to pick, I really do like this one. I don't know why. But I do think I agree with Tumblr where like, I don't know, these first two, they just hit different. And these columns are done differently. And I think I tried to go back and do the Kim K page. Where is it? With this, I did it also like this, and I also really like this page. So debating, you know, whether that, and then I've also experimented with like HP Sprocket printer versus like printer paper. I think I prefer the printer paper, but ink is expensive. So yeah, just some random things about my journal. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll do this one because it's a recent page. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys subscribe and stick around. I do a lot of Commonplace page with me journals, a lot of journal with me's, and I will be traveling across the country next year to move. So it will be a fun time here on this channel. I talk a lot about writing, commonplacing, journaling, and just sort of my general hobbies, which are jewelry and video gaming, like cozy games and writing. So that's where we're at. Yeah, go ahead and leave a comment about if you commonplace, if you don't, and I hope you guys have an absolutely lovely day because you 100% deserve it.